Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. It's that time, so let's talk about March reading plans. Because we're here already. Yes, we're here already in March. March is going to be, there's a lot going on in March for events and stuff. And then, regular kind of book club stuff and all that good stuff. So let's just jump right into it. No time to waste. So as usual, I'm going to start with book club stuff. And that kind of thing. So first up, of course, the Death by TBR, which I co-host with my friend Kelly from Kelly Hooked on Books. Our pick is The Damnation Game by Clive Barker. I'm so excited to read this one. This is one I've not read yet from Barker. So I'm super excited. So I will link the Discord below if you want to come join us. We just kind of casually chat about it over there. It's because Damnation Game. Come join us. The Spinebreakers Book Club, which is hosted by Brad Proctor, is Maeve Fly by CJ Lead. I know a lot of people have already read this one. I never got to it yet, so I'm excited. I'm really excited to finally get to this one. And yeah, I'm just excited. So I will link Brad's channel below. He has a Discord also. If I remember, I'll link that below. And again, it's just another kind of casual read as, chat as you go kind of book club over on his Discord. So, yes. So, the Midnight Book Society, which is Kelsey over at Slime and Slasher's book club pick, is Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson. Did I write that down? I don't really know much about this one. I write these things down, and if I get to them, I can. And the Dark Hearts Book Club, which is run by Amy from Amy Noel Reads, is The Center by Aisha Manazir Siddiqui. This one does sound really great. Again, if I have time for it, we'll see. One I for sure will be getting to, though, is the Reaper Book Club pick this month, which is Katrina Brown's book club pick. And we're going to be reading Strega by, is it Johan Likiholm? I hope I said that right. And I actually joining Katrina this month for this one. And I'm super excited to read it and then chat about it with Katrina. So that's going to be really fun. I will, of course, link all these channels below. And so you can find them, and I'm sure you're already following them, but whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there are a few month-long reading events, right? So let's dive into those. So I'm gonna, some of these I'm just like joining in with maybe like one book and calling it a day kind of thing, and such is the case with March Mystery Madness. There are a slew of co-hosts for March Mystery Madness. I know like Storm Reads, Ollie's a host this year. I'll link everybody below. March Mystery Madness. This has been going on for several years now, and I don't think I've actually really fully participated yet. And I kind of would like to join in this year. And I think I'm going to pull out one of my Nancy Drew Files books for it. I think this sounds perfect, and it's nice and short. So the next one that I need to read as far as books that I own is number 4, case number 4, Smile and Say Murder. I read books 1 and 2 already. I don't have book 3, so 4 is next on my list. So in the glitzy world of magazine publishing, Nancy Drew searches for a ruthless killer. So that sounds really fun. I like the Nancy Drew Files. They're a little, Nancy's like, she's out of high school, so she's grown up, and so her cases are a bit more grown up feeling as well. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be lots of fun. So there's that, March Mystery Madness. There is March of the Mammoths. Okay, this year, again, don't think I've ever really participated in March of the Mammoths, but I would really like to this year, if only just to make some progress in some of my mammoths. Well, one is making progress, and one is starting new and then making progress probably throughout the year. Like, let's be honest. But I really want to get back into the Malazan books. I stalled out on book. I don't remember which book is this. I don't remember what number this is. That's how out of Malazan I have been. But this is Midnight Tides. I was really enjoying Midnight Tides, but again, I put it down. Blah, 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 blah. You know how that goes. So I need to get back in. I am right here. I'm not planning on reading this entire book in March. I just want to make some progress. Like maybe I can finish up this section, which would be finishing up book 2. Because here's where book 3 starts. I would like to just make some progress in this really long book. It is like just over 950 pages, so certainly qualifies as a mammoth. Yeah, and a book I want to start because it's not quite, doesn't quite reach the mammoth quota, but I'm counting it because I'm counting it. Because March, of course, is also Women's History Month here in the U.S., and this is a book I bought wanting to read it right away and never did. Well, that's Ninth Street Women by Mary Gabriel, or I can't even speak this morning. Anyway, this is a nonfiction book, but it's talking about Lee Krasner, Elaine de Kooning, Grace Hardigan, Joan Mitchell, and Helen Frankenthaler, 5 painters, and the movement that changed modern art. So this is focusing on these 5 women of the sort of modern art movement. And again, I'm not going to read this whole book in March, but I'd like to just start it, maybe get through the first part. It's divided into 4 parts. Let me get to the front here. So part 1 is a time period of like 1928 to 1948, and then it kind of works through some of those artists, and then there's 1948 to 1951. Part 3 is 1951 and 1955, and then part 4 is 1956 to 1959. So if I get part 1, that would be pretty great, I think. And then kind of just mosey my way through this book. Take my time with it. It'll be fine. But it is big, but it does have photographs and things in here. I'm really excited. I've really been dying to read it, and I'm just gonna pick it up, even though it's huge. I'm gonna pick it up this month and count it for March of the month. So yeah. Okay. There's middle grade March going on too. Again, I'm picking one book for middle grade March. And I'm probably going to dig into this one. This is the start of a series, and I think it sounds really wonderful, and so I'm going to start it. And what got this on my radar is, while it doesn't expressly say so, because this is a fantasy story, as there is a character in here who's sort of based off of someone with Down syndrome. I've got my sort of lifelong project of reading books that have characters with Down syndrome, and being that March is March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day, I said, let's start this series and see how it goes. It sounds lovely. The trilogy is called the Shadow Skies Trilogy. So let me read the back for you. And so Agatha is a hawk, brave and fierce. She patrols the high walls of her island home to protect her people. Jamie, thoughtful and anxious, is an angler who has been chosen for a duty that has been outlawed for generations, to marry. When disaster strikes and their clan is kidnapped, Agatha and Jamie must travel across mainland Scotia, a land devastated by a mysterious plague, where forgotten magic and dark secrets lurk in every shadow, in order to bring their people home. Thrilling and dark, yet rich in humor and compassion, first book of the Shadow Sky Trilogy marks the debut of a wonderful new voice in fantasy and welcomes a much needed kind of hero. So again, it just sounds really wonderful. I love a good middle grade fantasy in particular. And I don't know, it sounds really lovely, and I'm really interested to see how a character, that has Down syndrome would be represented in a fantasy world. And how stunning is this cover, first of all? It's amazing. It's so beautiful. I'm really excited to start this, and I think it's going to be perfect for this month. I'm in the mood for it, What's next? Fierce Reads, which is sort of celebrating women. International Women's Day also happens in March. Again, of course, along here in the U.S., we've got Women's History Month. So the hosts for this, I saw over in Shelley Swearengin channel first off, but then there's the Hungry Bookworm, Miss Reads a Lot, and Enter the Book. So those are the hosts for Fierce Reads. They do have a Discord and all that jazz too, so I'll link them all below, and you can find information if you want to join in. I don't necessarily have anything in particular picked out. I'm just kind of hoping some of my other reads I can fit into them. But the prompts are really great. Just read a book by a fierce female author, read a book with a strong female protagonist, highlight a favorite female character, a book by an up-and-coming female author, a book that explores the bonds of female friendship. That one sounds really good. I'm hoping I can find something good for that one. A book based on a mythical character. That sounds lovely too. So, I don't know if I'll get all of these, but if I fill out a couple of prompts, I think that'll be fun. And are hoping to read a lot of female authors. I've got some men to sprinkled in, but yeah, I'm excited. There is also a Grimdark readathon, which is hosted by Andrew from It Came From The Page for his Patreon. So it's a Patreon only readathon, but it's based off the Warhammer books. But it, you can kind of read anything for it. Again, I don't have anything planned for it. Just gonna kind of fill in throughout the month. I'm going chaos because my life is chaos. And that really fits me the most. So I'm gonna pick. He's got like several boards I can choose prompts from and that kind of thing. So again, I'm just gonna kind of pick and choose through the month and fill out this fun board. It'll be fun. I really enjoy Patreon. Readathons are you just get kind of smaller and fun. So a small group of folks, and it's fun. Okay, I also have got, of course, the Week of Weird. Yeah, I'm co-hosting that with my friend Jason from Jason's Weird Reads. That's coming back for March 17th through the 23rd. And I do have some things picked out. So let me find them over here, though. Let's see. I've got this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, okay. Actually, before I start Week of Weird, let me mention I still haven't read anything for the banned books project that's going on this year. I would like to try to fit in time to read Genderqueer. This is by Maya. Is that Kobabe? I hope I'm saying that right. This is a graphic memoir. My books are falling. Oh my god, this is a graphic memoir. So it seems graphic novels. I'm pretty sure I can fit this in. I think it's one I've just been dying to read. And yeah, so Genderqueer. I've got that. Also, really trying to read what I own. I'm not doing the best at the read with your own challenge right now, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so what was I doing? Week of Weird. Yes. I've only pulled a couple of things. I'm gonna absolutely be digging back into this big weird compendium book, and just picking some stories out of here to fulfill probably the old weird prompt for sure. Possibly some female authors too, because one of our prompts is to read by female author. So I'd like to try to find some old, weird female authors out of this particular book. I would like to someday finish this book. We'll see. But so yeah, I would like to maybe find some old, weird female authors out of here. I know they're in here. So I'll just read a story or two out of here for sure. I'd like to read more, but we'll kind of see what we get into. I of course still have my I can't even find it over here. Is it not over here? I've got the new weird book too, which is not over here. Here it is. I tell you, my life is chaos. Okay, I have the new weird too, which is another kind of anthology. Again, just like to read a story or two out of here. Definitely want to finish this book also. So maybe I can find something new weird, also by female author. Yeah, so I've got that too to read some. I love reading short stories for Week of Weird. It's just it fits me perfectly. I did also pull this one though by Samantha Kolesnik, Elagona, because it sounds amazing. It's quite short, and the cover. Look, I feel like it would fit perfectly. So let me read you what this was about. This is from Weird Punk Books. I love Weird Punk Books. I do subscribe to their sub club where you get sent their books every year as they come out. So this I got last year. But I'm terrible about actually reading them, so let's try to actually get to one. Anyway, an evocative tale of sapphic love in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by religious zealots and supernatural monsters. Kolesnik's Elagona transports readers to a time after the world's end, when a long dormant sea creature has awoken to stake its claim against one of the last human settlements. Verna must battle both man and monster to protect her family and her newfound love for Audrey, a refugee from the mainland. Meanwhile, the Elagona calls. It sounds amazing, and I love Samantha Kolesnik's writing. So I really want to get to this. I'm gonna try to really get to that one. And then for our prompt to read an LGBTQIA plus author, I think I'm gonna try to get to this Eric LaRocca book. I've got a couple of his books on my shelf I still haven't read. So this was They Were There Before Us, a novella in pieces. And it's because it's shorter. I think maybe I can get to this. It's like 98 pages, and it looks it's not crazy. And there's some pages that have just some some illustrations on it. I've always loved the cover of this because the front has this beautiful bird, and then if you put onto the back there's a skelly bird. I love it. I'd like to try to get to this also. I have a week. We will see. And this one, I don't know. So Mary Andrea, I'll link her channel below. We had mentioned buddy reading this for a week of Weird Shark Heart. I need to reach out to see if she might still be interested. But if I can maybe find the audio for it, I may try to get to this also for the week of Weird. Because it just sounds really pretty fascinating to me. We've got this newlywed couple, and then the man starts turning into a shark, basically. So it's like, it just sounds really interesting. And this cover, it's a stunning cover too. So I've got that as well. It's a week-long event. We'll see what I actually get. Yeah, so I think that's kind of it. Other than I did start reading Books of Blood in February. I'd like to just make progress on this in February. Reading a story or two, even just reading a story or two would be fine. Because I would like to finish out this book, because this has volumes 1 through 3. So I'd like to finish it out at some point. I'm just taking my time. And some of these may even be Week of Weird reads, who knows, but what actually would fit the LGBTQ prompt. So maybe I'll read at least one of these during the Week of Weird too. Anyway, so I like to just kind of keep making progress on Books of Blood, not in any way trying to finish it, just read some stories throughout the month to try to, kind of finish this one out. I'm loving this, so I just want to finish it out, you know what I mean? I've got so many books that are just kind of lingering, you know what I mean, in progress, and I need to finish some of these things. So that's really my plans. I'm taking it kind of easy and, letting the month kind of, take me where it wants to take me kind of thing. February, this sort of second part of February, I've been feeling really slumpy and not really reading much at all. So I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things for March because we got to rev up and gear up for, of course, Old School April, which I'm really excited for. So I don't want to be slumpy feeling in April. So I'm going to use March to try to get back in the groove of things, So that's it. Yeah, I've talked too much, but that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you're reading. Are you going to join us for reading the Damnation Game? I hope so. Also Strega for the Reaper Book Club. I'm excited to be part of that. Thanks, Katrina, again for asking. That's it. Let me know what your March plans are, and thanks for watching. I appreciate your time as always, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.